Okay, we have everybody. We're all here. Holy cow. Let's go right over here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to OCML. We're playing USS Quest for Map 1, Aging Moss versus Wrecking Crew. I am joined by Maverick. Maverick, say hello to the folks.
Hello, everybody.
See, I told you he was real. He's not just a voice in my head. Maverick, my friend from Canada. He's real, I promise. I didn't make him up. All right, we're going to go into USS Quest. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We're going to get this spread out a little bit more after this round. But for the meantime, we're going to see this first round coming out. Wrecking Crew on defense, Aging Moss on the push. Early nade comes out. Stuff is going to take down Antics with that first nade. As we see Aging Moss getting into position, getting one player down early. Antics goes down on alphabet boxes. Awesome T needs to go back in for the res. As we see Voids, Nolo, and Acer on position on Link. Shots come out from Stub on white Lego. Nolo is going to take down Antics. 2 go down from Aging Moss, 3v5.
Aging Moss choosing not to go down red lane here.
Yeah, very unorthodox. Not a single body pushing red side. Perhaps in the hopes of cutting off, maybe wasting some of Wrecking Crew's defense on red side. But to be honest, that is a low cost for Wrecking Crew, as anybody that's holding red side can just rotate back to Link relatively easily. Aging Loss
coming to S-Dub's line.
For sure. Looks like they're putting all their eggs in the basket of the main boxes. What do you think of that, Maverick?
I say they're playing a tight tight offense. Playing a little tight could cost them. One nade could get 2 of them here. With especially the airburst coming over the catwalk.
So I think there's...
Yeah, we have looks like Solomon pushing out that outside. Aztec's gonna get the pick on Stuv. Stuv goes down. That's gonna be the pick Aging Moss needs. Draven's gonna take down Solomon, however. Very costly.
Aztec and Awesome T.
Awesome T pushing to those center boxes. Gonna get into position. Draven on that far side. Not gonna be into those early lines. As we see Aztec staying real low, hoping to get some more picks onto Draven's side. Real low and across. Make sure we got lasers on. There we go. As he's going to push up to the first blue Dorito. Nolo is going to take down Awesome T.
From the white block.
Nolo getting a lot of value out of that white block. Already taken down 2. One of the most, in my opinion, probably what you would say the most meta spot on USS Quest. Very rarely do you see somebody not playing that. Usually a prime suspect for a nade. Bear in mind, I just heard a C4 go off Void side red. Looks like they went for the cheeky guess, pray somebody's there, throw a C4 strategy. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and they decided to go for it. Aztec. Watching towards Nolo on white. Nolo, all he's got to do is quick peek for the information. And that's the quick peek. Aztec drops down. He knows he's been burned. Draven's going to peek any second now. Let's see it. Will the call out come out from Wrecking Crew? Aztec switches gears, holds that long line. Flash goes out. Aztec counter flash.
Does not think it hit Nolo, though.
It did not, no. He just assumed he was getting pushed off that flash. Counter flash just to prevent it. That's going to cost utility that Aging Moss can't afford to lose. Hoping that Aztec looted a body. Wrecking Crew 4 up in a powerful position with 2 minutes on the clock. Aztec knows it. He's going to back off.
Gonna regroup. Come from a different angle.
Yeah, reposition over to red side. Maverick, what do you think of this reposition? He's going to come into Voids.
To be honest with you, it'd be a good reposition for him. As long as Voids has his focus towards the middle.
For sure. Callout's definitely coming out that Aztec was where he was, which means Aztec, by repositioning, has positioned what is essentially a ghost in the center. Wrecking Crew has to watch the center, and they don't realize Aztec is over here. 1:30 on the clock. Not a lot of time to slow push, though. He's going to eventually need to make audio. Otherwise, he's going to get near the objective with only 20 seconds to spare.
If he really wanted to, he could be loud up to this little blue and white block, and they probably could not hear him coming up to these, being loud and then crawling from here.
The audio range on footsteps is deceptively wide, but I do agree with you that he would be able to get to just about the end of Blue Crate before needing to. Voids, don't believe he's been flashed by that from behind the white Lego. Aztec's going to go loud and proud. He knows he's out of time. He's going to push up into Voids. Voids does not have that C4. He does have a C4. He has 2 C4s.
And the C4 gets him.
I had to say it.
That first one.
As that round's going to go the way of Wrecking Crew. Nicely done. Take a look at that again. I shouldn't have spoken so soon. I assumed he'd already burned all his C4s. Looks like Wrecking Crew taking advantage of having 2. Throws a second. Very nice.
You got a little loud too quick.
Yeah, making sure that he was known ends up costing him here. As he makes that final push. Okay, map 1, USS Quest, Wrecking Crew, solid defense, able to push off Aging Moss. Aging Moss just unable to break into that back line, and with only one body to push red, I can't help but feel like the lack of red push was the cost of this round. What do you think, Maverick? Oh no, is he a voice in my head again? In the meantime, we're getting ready for the next round. Aging Moss, now on defense. Will they be able to command control the same way that Wrecking Crew was able to? As let's see the push in. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 going red. Stubb holding at the back line. Smokes come out. Smoke ends up a little high. It just prevents the push in. Aztec holding a position. Dodo, Antics on the far west. Excuse me. Awesome T does not get flashed, but they do pre-flash white. Acer, Voids, Nolo, Draven, Stuv. Look at this. In comparison to last round, Wrecking Crew, full commit to the red side. Flash comes out, nade comes out,
Acer.
catches
Nade
Voids with a nade, avoids the counter nade. Voids his body, ends up down below and out of bounds. Can Acer reach it?
No, he cannot. That's
He
gonna be
cannot.
upsetting.
Oh, that is heartbreaking. As Voids manages to clip out the outside. That is the downside of custom maps. They aren't perfect, ladies and gentlemen. We accept them. We love them for what they are, but they are far from perfect. Void's going to be able to give call-outs. I'm not sure if his down body is at the blue or if it's down below. Nade comes out to try and finish. The nade does not land true. Just slightly undershot, but it would have caught any slow pusher, so not a bad nade by any means. Wrecking Crew's now stuck in red, but they're 4 strong. All they have to do is break through Awesome T and Aztec. Antics on position on that far side as well as Dodo. They need to watch for that center push as Stubb is going to push out and test the waters. Nearly gets picked off in exchange. Voids does get revived. He's been brought back from the void, and that was no pun intended, but I said that. That's something I said. Nade comes out on Dodo from Stubb, almost catches him. Beautiful airburst nade coming out from, I believe that's Voids. Does not catch Aztec, as Aztec is further back than he was earlier. That's going to be the push-up from Wrecking Crew. Wrecking Crew dangerously close to uplink. Look at this distance they have to cover. They're a couple steps away.
About Estov coming to the center. Could catch him off guard.
Estov catching them off guard is going to be great for the pincer, as Awesome could get picked off by him, and that would give the rest of the team on red the ability to push in, because there are so many bodies. 1 C4 would be game over right now. Here comes Draven swinging Awesome. Awesome's going to trade. Aztec going in for the refrag. He's going to finish him off. Acer coming in to try and get the refrag. He does not. Pre-fires the wrong way. Acer almost gets picked in the process. Nolo and Acer on red. Aztec. Single-man army here. Dodo needs to crash or Antics. But they need to watch for Stuv on the crash. Stuv watching that last line. Antics crashing in now. He's going to run into Voids in a second. No, he's holding it yellow crate. He's going to swing out and get picked off in the process. Voids goes down. Immediate refrag coming out from Stuv. Acer is going to push in on Aztec. Aztec lashed. Acer's going to take down Solomon. Aztec goes down as well. Acer's on the cap. 5, 4, 3. Oh, that could have been a cap if there was just slightly more communication coming out from Wrecking Crew. That could have been huge for Wrecking Crew.
Good round for Wrecking Crew there. Having the 4-man come down through red and then one single go through the middle uses a distraction.
For sure. Couldn't have gone more to plan for Wrecking Crew. Wrecking Crew full commit in the red side with one as the distraction, as opposed to AG Moss where they went full commit to the center and then only one pushing into red as a last resort. You can see the difference in strategies as it really pushes the defenders thin. What are your thoughts on this matchup so far? It's looking the way of Wrecking Crew on Quest currently.
Yes, it is. But it has been a good match so far coming from both sides. Lots of different play styles coming out from different teams. Seen a lot of different ones. A really good one by Wrecking Crew there coming down the red side. Very strong.
For sure. There's been a lot of variable, what am I saying? What's the word for difference? I can't think of the word for difference. Help.
Variety.
Variety. Thank you. I knew it started with a V and my brain just completely lost it. There's been a lot of variety going into this quest as we see the teams playing very differently. Where's the uplink? Alphabet boxes. Okay. So we got alphabet bricks for the objective. Yuto comes out to try and stop the hard push into green crate. Good timing. Nade comes out onto alphabet boxes to catch Draven, but unfortunately it just falls short. Look at Aging Moss. They're going really aggressive on this west side lane. Stuv watching that long line. He could pick off Antics here. Antics is going to shoot back at Stuv. Stuv now stuck in position. He is now pinned by gunfire. Stuv is going to pick off Dodo Bird, who's just pushing into the open. Couldn't wait for Antics to clear that long line. Draven holding that long line as well. Awesome T is going to take down Nolo. Antics is going to get a heal off because he gets a pick. Awesome T and Antics both have taken a shot by this point. Solomon pushing out that outer line. He's going to swing out on alphabet bricks. Look at this really tight Marsoc push coming from Aging Moss. Everybody grouped up. Stuv is going to take down Antics. Smoke's on Link. Draven has to push in. He's going to pick off Solomon in the process. Wrecking Crew up 4-1. Aztec last up, and he's going to get picked and cleaned.
Acer pushing up the center got 2 there.
Yeah, that he went in and cleaned up house. As Wrecking Crew is going to take the round. Holy cow. That all took 1 minute and 15 seconds. Give or take 3 seconds. That is wild. That was a very, very aggressive, heavy push from Aging Moss. Got the early aggression, got the shock factor, but as soon as those long lines started taking shots in, there was just no capitalization on the lag coming from Wrecking Crew's response time.
And then Acer getting counter-aggressive after figuring out they were going super aggressive really helped out Wrecking Crew in that situation.
Absolutely. Acer pushing in off of the heavy flashes, knowing that a good chunk of utility had been burned, and full committing to the hard swing, clearing out, he got 3 on that one, if I'm not mistaken. Absolutely cleaning up house. When you go heavy aggression like that, you really got to commit to capitalize on the shock factor. Otherwise, you start to stagnate and the rest of the team has time to respond. as we get ready for what could be the final round. But if there's anything I know about this team in particular is we are due for a comeback. I'm hoping for a comeback for the sole purpose of I want to see some interesting matches as Dodo is going to push hard into bricks and not pre-naded. That is a common early pre-nade. Here it comes, Stuv. Nades too far back directly on Link. Draven's going to take down Dodo anyway.
Draven and Dodo bird there. Does Draven know about the line behind the crate? He could easily kill Antics.
He could. Antics. Is he visible? Oh, he is visible. Antics actually watching that line occasionally, but he needs to be watching it either permanently or not exposing himself to it. That could cost him. Solomon's going to stake down Stuv. Look at him getting really heavy push. He's going to end up into Alphabet Bricks to stop Cap.
It's going to be hard to get a res on S-Dub with everybody being up so close to object.
For sure. Look at the difference in defense here. Aging
That's
Moss pushes up and takes as much ground as they can get safely. Whereas Wrecking Crew playing it far back and then pushing up when necessary. Draven gets Antics on the far side on red. Antics, the only one stopping red side from being a threat. Aztec catches Draven with a beautifully timed nade. Well done. Oh, full screen. There we go. That's interesting.
Oh, Void's with a good line.
Void's going to take down Solomon. Solomon goes down on that line. He's going to swing in Awesome T and Aztec. The last up. Aztec goes down in the back to Nolo. Just Awesome T left. He's going to swing out wide anyway. He's just going to commit. Acer is going to finish it off. Round goes Wrecking Crew. 4-0 USS Quest.
Very good luck for Wrecking Crew. And the 4-0 sweep.
Well done. We're going to take a brief moment, and when we come back, we'll find out what map 2 was after a very, very quick map 1. We'll be right back. That is an HE frag coming out from James, from Pillbox. Attempts to pick off Aztec. Shots are being fired to pre-fire. Oh my goodness! Would have cleared the farthest right side of Hesco, but not by much. I can't say that was an excellent nade. Dodo and Mattress in the south holding. As shots come out from Nova. Nova's going to get the pick from over here. Pick. Base slap at catching Dodo and red. James goes down to a beautiful nade from Aztec. As Nova is going to take down Base Slapper as a refrag. James now down next to Marksman. Mayhem's last 2 up. It's gotten very, very quiet. Williams gets flash, counter flash. Texas and Williams both flash. Texas slow pushing. He's going to commit. Swings up. Williams go. Here comes Texas and Mithril Marauder into VR Specialist. They're going to back off. This could be deadly for them if they're not paying attention. Mithril looking at his tablet gets picked. Out so thin, feels so thick, for lack of a better term. You know what? I don't like how I put that. Can I take that back, Internet?
It's too late now.
All right.
Texas makes up special.
Texas left right compared to the last round. Chimichanga has backed off the angle. Specialist now in view. Jimmy, all he has to do is peek out. There he goes. Specialist goes down.
And just moving down South Street. So we'll see how Texas is for that clearing here. See if he's going to use some utility to try and get him out of there.
Specialist has finally decided to peek out of the angle that he has. Gonna catch Texas. He's gonna have the angle now. He's gonna get his own opportunity to take that attempt. Looks like he is running the HK. No. Boom! Specialist gonna take down Mason as well.
I'm down. I have no idea where from.
Seconds on the clock. That's the util. Flash.
Oh, we're getting round 1 started here.
On hot mic. All right, hot mic. Am I here? Can you hear me, Mum? Yes. Okay,
Yes.
good. Sorry, we had found out some keybinds were a little funky. As we get ready, night vision on, and that should do that. All right. I kept flashing the screen. My night vision is Voids is going to push an Acer. Antics. Early line. Immediately going to get shot in the back.
PK.
Unfortunately, collateral damage. Antics does go down to a grenade. Draven, Acer, Voids all right on top of each other. One grenade could end it. Flash catches
Grenade
two of them.
high.
Acer doesn't retreat back in. Nade catches Draven.
Draven.
Voids goes for the immediate res. This is too much, too fast. Stav is going to take down Awesome T. Stav going for the flank. Solomon pushing round. He's going to end up in a position to be able to watch for Stav. Stav flashes around corner. Solomon goes in for the swing. He's going to commit. Doesn't get him. His Aztec's going to blow him up. What is happening? And Nolo
oh my gosh.
is going to take down Aztec in the back. What just
I don't
happened?
know what just happened.
Okay. So
Got a couple of TKs coming out by AGM.
it seems AGM just not prepared for how close range these lines are. Beautiful utilities, but those utilities coming dangerously close to their own teammates. Their own teammates rushing straight in and getting killed by their own utility.
I gotta be furious about that one.
I'll be honest, off of that flash, I thought that swing was going to end up costing Wrecking Crew 3 bodies, and then Aztec's nade just coming in and throwing an M. Night Shyamalan level plot twist at us. As we get ready for the next round. All right, round 1. I think that was a grand total of 30 seconds. Hopefully both teams now aware of just how close these lines can be. Let's take a look to the cross here. Let's see how far away these guys are. We see this push up. Nade comes out. Dodo is going to get Stuv, and Antics is going to get Nolo. Antics on this push up. I'm much more prepared this time. Draven's going to hold that line and take down Dodo as Acer is going to get Aztec. Draven takes down Aztec with the AKM. Stuv takes a hit in the process. Solomon's going to take down Acer. Nolo taking down Dodo Bird off that hard push. Utility seems to be the name of the game for this map.
I'll let the Awesome T and Solomon.
Let's get an eye over here. There's that angle. The moment I look away is the moment that things happen. So I'm just going to look away and pretend I'm looking away, but then look back. Didn't work. Awesome T. Going to watch this line. Looks like this is the only line across for Wrecking Crew. They have to util to get this cross. Awesome T giving up that amazing position because he's going to push that util in. Flash comes out. He catches the whole team. Nolo counter flash. Awesome T blind right in front of Nolo. Nolo's going to swing up and just pick him off. Punishment doled out. Look at all the bodies. Solomon on the flank, fully committed to the flank.
Solomon is on the opposite side of the map.
He's on the other side of the map.
I believe he's a little lost to be slow crawling this far out.
Alright. We'll come back over here in a sec. I gotta take a look over here. Solomon slow crawling up here. Trying to pick off any player that's been sitting in the back of the map. I can't imagine why they would have been. Check your tablet. As he is full Rambo mode. He is really committing to this flank here. Even if he gets through this flank and catches the rest of the team in the back, I think it'll still give Nolo enough time to just bum rush the objective. There's 4 bodies here. They have an accurate body count. Speaking of accurate body count, it looks like there he
Draven getting a
goes.
far shot on him.
As Wrecking Crew is going to take round 2.
Looking too good for Aging Moss here.
No, decidedly not. Wrecking Crew really showing better map knowledge, I suppose, knowing where to place those grenades and flashes to get the most out of them. As we're going to be getting ready for the next uplink, it is in the forest. Just like the last uplink was in the forest. And I think the next uplink will be in...
We'll be in the forest.
In the forest, yeah, in the forest. I think it's in the forest. However, I do know there is one uplink that's in the compound. It's the one right before the uplink in the forest. As we get ready for the next round. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be getting ready any minute now for the next round. Maverick, how do you think Aging Moss is going to be able to adapt, or is Wrecking Crew just going to steamroll the rest of this?
I believe Aging Moss is going to end up getting around probably on Volt of next round once they get a hang of the map. I feel like this is their first time playing it, and we're not ready to be playing this tonight.
Yeah, one of the strange things about these type of small custom maps is you'll see a lot of early lines that happen quite literally seconds into the round. And that's what we're going to see here now. Voids, Acer, Stuv, all pushing wide. The rest of the team has no idea they can get there that fast. Solomon's going to go down.
C4.
C4 comes out. It's going to get Stuv. A whole bunch of gunfire coming out, and the forest in the way. Nolo is going to trade with Antics. Antics takes 2.
All left to Acer and Void.
LMG in the back, laying down suppressing fire. That's more Rambo-like. As we see Draven and Acer in the back. Acer now full commit into that back flank. Reposition.
Awesome T with the PKM sitting in the back giving covering fire.
Honestly, when there's that few ways into the uplink, that's what you need. Looks like Aging Moss has finally downloaded the update. Figured out the play. Stay in the back, throw down bullets, and toss util in. And that's how you shut down that snake line. Draven and Acer now need to come up with a new plan. Pushing that trench has not worked. So now they're going to be committing to the jungle. As we come down onto the uplink. Awesome T. Dodo. Holding that back line with one watching the flank. Aztec. The whole team just sitting and waiting for the push from Draven and Acer. Draven and Acer pushing their way slow through the grass.
Acer.
If he times it correctly with Draven's push, he could get that flank, and with the right level of util, they could make it happen. 3 minutes, 39 seconds on the clock. The upside of such an early engagement, you end up with a lot of time for a reposition. Acer and Draven. Acer now picking up the pace.
T.
Draven's hard pushing. There goes the flash. Draven has his teammate watching that cross. He will get the refrag should Aztec decide to swing in the back. Awesome T. Playing patient.
Just saw, might have just saw a jiggle come out of Awesome T there.
Not our place to decide as we see the push in from Draven. Pre-fire coming out. Looks like Draven has been called out by Dodo. Dodo taking those shots. Trade comes out from Acer and Awesome T. Draven, one-man army against two. Draven really close to uplink with 2 minutes 30 on the clock, but Aztec on that back line, ready to peek up at any moment. There are so many trees. Hey, I got it. Sorry. I gave up on commentating for a moment just so I could get around these trees.
Wrecking Crew did lose Acer in that round.
You'll be so proud of me. I did not miss the money shot. I gave up entirely on commentating just so I wouldn't miss it. I feel like map full of tree coverage, cool idea. Great for gameplay. Not caster in mind at all.
No.
As we get ready for the next
At
round.
least fly through them.
Alright, so Aging Moss gets one on the board. Wrecking Crew is now going to have to adapt to the adaptation. I think they can. They've shown quite a bit of flexibility. What do you think?
I believe to see another good round come out of both teams. I feel like Aging Moss getting a little bit more of a handle on how the map's going, so it's going to be a bit more heart-fought map now, coming from Aging Moss's side.
I can't help but agree. We're going to see a lot closer fights, I assume, from here on out, as both teams have figured out if you run straight in with your gun down, you'll realize just how close these spawns are. As the timing for the push is really, really early. Let's take a look actually over towards Wrecking Crew because they're going to have that first line. Oh, these trees. I can't even overwatch. Okay. Alright, I found a little peeky hole. Here comes that first shot from Aztec into Nolo. Nolo is going to go down. M203 or a nade? I couldn't tell from there. Stuv and Nolo go down to one explosive. One more follow-up and they are gone. Draven trying to stop it. He's going to go into the smoke to try and get the res. That's going to be one res. And potentially two. Oh, that's another smoke. Acer is going to take down Dodo and Solomon on that flank. Look at that wide flank. He's going to shut that down, trusting the rest of his team on uplink to stay up. High risk because one more nade, that would have been the cleanup. Here comes these lines. Stuv. Tip of the spear right now as flashes come out towards Central. Aging Moss, careful of Central now as they've already lost two bodies to it. Stuv sees the
Aging
cross,
Moss
I think.
aggressive here.
As Acer is going to take down Antics. Acer taking 3 this round, on fire. That one reposition, surprising enough players. Stuv watching the interior line, could end up on Aztec here. He's going to swing out. Aztec's going to punish him for it. He had his gun down. Acer's going to take down Awesome T. As Aztec's going to take down Nolo. Acer, 4 bodies to his name. Aztec's going to smoke this line. Voids has to reposition. And he does. Acer going for the flank. And there goes the flank. Oh, I was hoping for the 2 there. Very nicely done. Is that an ace? I think that is. Ladies and gentlemen, that is an ace.
Nolo got one.
Nolo did get one. Oh, Nolo, you took away Acer's ace. How dare you? Well done from Wrecking Crew. Having that body on the outside just to throw off the momentum just enough. So here it is. Aging Moss made the change. Changed up their game plan on the push in trenches. Much more aggression, much better util, much more caution on that early timing. Paying off for the most part. However, Wrecking Crew placing a player in the center so that should any player decides to reposition and push the center to go around, they get hard punished. Acer taking down 4. I feel confident saying Acer was MVP that round.
Yes, he was. And he's been playing good all map now. But he had a crash a couple of rounds ago to where he lost his KD. He's probably going 9-2 right now.
We have seen a substantial amount of team kills starting this map, and both teams kind of settling into their meta, settling into how they're going to play this map. And now we get into the metagame where players are now adjusting in exchange of each other. We'll see how this goes as we take a look over. Wrecking Crew on the northeast side. I don't know if there's other spawns for this. Solomon pushing up, Voids pushing up, really aggressive, guns down, directly into the line of Austin T and Solomon, and that's going to cost him. He's going to go down. Antics, C4s, catches nobody. Nobody manages the cross. Nolo knows there's a player back there. Antics going to take down Draven with a grenade. Nolo counter flashes and goes right into Antics' line. Aging Moss really committing to this trench as Acer is going to take down another, but he's going to get picked off in the process. Aging Moss takes another round.
Really fast round there.
Really fast round.
Only 41 seconds.
Where else are you going to see a round that fast? Maybe Cargo.
Maybe Cargo. If everybody's playing really aggressive.
Yeah, you might see those on like Cargo or Arctic.
Or
Arctic
East Village.
also
East Village is a quick one too.
1 minute rounds. That round was so fast, I am not sure if I full screened. We're not going to talk about it. Nobody noticed until I pointed it out. In which case, everybody noticed. But don't worry, nobody noticed.
I expect another quick round here, especially with the OBJ being in the middle.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to see a lot of aggression. Noticing a trend, in fact, coming out. Aging Moss now feeling very comfortable in those east trenches. They seem to be pushing it every round. They're fully committing to watching that line now. And I can't help but wonder if Wrecking Crew is going to identify it and if they're going to adjust for it. Because if Wrecking Crew decides to go full commit to the west and play the forest, I think they'll have a much better chance at taking Aging Moss out of their comfort zone. As let's see where Wrecking Crew decides to post up on this push. This uplink very dangerous for the defenders as there are some cap spots that are completely obscured from view.
Off map nade, not going to connect with anybody.
As the early shots come out, nades come out. Those nades almost catch half the team. Voids pre-firing in Draven, tons of gunfire. I feel like we're storming Normandy right now. What is going on? Stuff is going to take down Awesome T. Awesome goes down. Stuff full exposed here. Nolo takes down Dodo. Solomon's going to take down Nolo as a refrag. On that backside, as Stuff is going to take down another. Draven's going to take down Antics. Aging Moss last up Solomon. He's been called out. Stuff sees him, nearly catches him. Hard rush coming out. As Stuff is full committing to the push. They know they have bodies. They're going to go for it. Solomon should hear these footsteps, and Tree is going to get in my way. Another tree in my way. Gosh darn it. Solomon's going to take down Stuv.
Solomon gonna sit still and try to let them push them. Could work out for him.
It could. It looks like Wrecking Crew really wanting to shut this down quickly. They're full committing bodies as here comes Draven doing the same thing. He's going to step over his teammate's body in a second if he's not careful. You know the rules about that. You never step on a teammate's dead body or you're going to get killed by the same guy that got them. Draven pre-firing everything and anything. Now he's worried about the flank. This patience from Solomon could pay off as Wrecking Crew expects to get pushed from behind now. Looks like Draven's going to calm down and dig in. Voids worried about that back line.
Void's
4 minutes on the clock,
Draven
tons
on
of
this side.
time. He could lay down right now, and as long as he moved to uplink within the next 2 minutes fully laying down, he'd get there in time. Solomon now finally pushing up slow, no noise. Hoping to catch those lines. Draven, I'm not sure if he's making footsteps. I know Voids is. Voids and Draven last up.
You might get Voids being... Oh, Acer disconnecting in
That's
round.
what it was. I could have sworn it was a 1v3 as a 1v4 was happening earlier. Draven's picking through the wall. Solomon's going to take him down, but he doesn't see Draven, and he's going to swing anyway.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think he saw him through the wall, but it didn't matter. What a round. As we get ready for a 3-3, it looks like Aging Moss, for all intents and purposes, was going to lose that round. Wrecking Crew had that in the bag. Beautiful power positions, taking out multiple players at a time. And then at the end, it came down to just patience. Solomon holding tight, waiting for a free pick to come his way. Another player disconnecting. And then the slow push out, getting Voids, and the unfortunate circumstance for Draven, both clipping through the wall and making that aggressive push into the open. Just couldn't get the flick fast enough. As we get ready for the next objective in the next round.
Acer is back again for the second time now.
Excellent. We're good to have Acer back. Acer, okay. It's going to sound like I'm making these puns on purpose. I'm not. I almost said Acer, the ace in the hole. What is wrong with me? That's 3 times now this one cast that I've just fully committed to the worst pun possible, having no idea what's happening until after the fact. As we get ready for the last round on Rain. Defense, Aging Moss. A ways to get to uplink. The timing of when they start engaging is going to be close.
They're going to be... Raccoon's almost going to be on top of objective when they start engaging Moss here.
That's what I was thinking. As Aztec's going to push up and slow them down. A good call. Early gunfire comes from Aztec. There's going to be a lot of early lines here. Let's take a look here. Draven, Nolo. See these lines here as Nolo's going to push into the south. Antics is going to take down Acer. Voids is going to take down Awesome. Trades 1 for 1. Acer gets picked back up. Antics does not. Util coming out. Stuv near Link now. This Link, you can capture it from just outside of the lower section of these rails here and from underneath. Aging Moss needs to be careful of that Stuv. Clipping the wall, he has to be careful. If he's seen that way, that's all soft cover and he can be shot through it. Antics rushes right past Stuv. Solomon's got the full flank. He's going to swing into Stuv. Stuv goes down. Aztec's going to take down Voids. How is this a 5v2 right now? Antics swings out. Draven's going to trade with Antics. 1 left for Wrecking Crew, and it's their flanker. Aging Moss in the exact same position Wrecking Crew was last round. Can Nolo clutch it up? Let's take a look over to Nolo here.
Be a 5v1 here.
Nolo Double checking code. He knows he might have to go
Aztec's
for a
gonna have
ninja
the
cap.
line on him.
That's true. Aztec's going for the flank. He might not. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that Aztec or Antics? Antics going for the flank. He might not do it wide enough, however.
No, look, could see Dodo Bird here.
Is he going to go for the trigger to split? No, he's going to go one shot, one kill. Dodo doesn't see it coming.
He sees Antics.
Limited gunfire, so the rest of the team has not an easy way of pinpointing. Antics just going to rush straight at Nolo. He says, look at me.
Oh,
As
awesome
Solomon's
job.
going to finish off
Solomon,
Nolo from throwing the util. Nolo in position for almost an amazing clutch, taking down 2. But in the end, Aging Moss is going to shut that down, and that is going to be Rain. Aging Moss takes map 2, much closer than the first, as we get ready for map 3. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will be back with the next map very shortly. Until then, don't go anywhere. Grab some water, grab some popcorn, grab your favorite snack, because we got a good one. Gonna swing it blind, hoping Chimichanga pushes, but there's 9 seconds on the clock. He doesn't have to. He's gonna swing around the back, and Chimichanga's gonna take down Specialist and clutch up the round.
Myth made an audio cue. Blue now knows he's there.
Being played by now.
Yep, there goes Blue peeking out slow. He needs to commit to the swing. He throws the C4. That is an HE frag coming out from James from Pillbox. Attempts to pick off Aztec. Shots are being fired to pre-fire. Oh my goodness! Would have cleared the farthest right side of Hesco, but not by much. I can't say that was an excellent nade. Dodo and Mattress in the south holding. As shots come out from Nova. Nova's going to get the pick from over here. Pick. Base slap and catching one red. James goes down to a beautiful nade from Aztec. As Nova is going to take down Base Slapper as a refrag. James now down next to Marksman. Mayhem's last 2 up. It's gotten very quiet. Williams gets flash, counter flash. Texas and Williams both flash. Texas slow pushing. He's going to commit. Swings up. Williams go. Here comes Texas and Marauder into VR Specialist. They're going to back off. This could be deadly for them if they're not paying attention. Mithril, looking at his tablet, gets picked. Out so thin, feels so thick, for lack of a better term. You know what? I don't like how I put that. Can I take that back, Internet?
It's too late now.
All right.
Texas makes up special.
Texas left-right compared to the last round. Chimichanga has backed off the angle. Specialist now in view. Jimmy, all he has to do is peek out. There he goes. Specialist goes down.
And just moving down South Street. So we'll see how Texas is for that clearing here. See if he's going to use some utility to try and get him out of there.
Specialist has finally decided to peek out of the angle that he has. Gonna catch Texas. He's gonna have the angle now. He's gonna get his own opportunity to take that attempt. Looks like he is running the HK. No. Boom. Specialist gonna take down Mason as well.
I'm down. I have no idea where from.
Seconds on the clock. That's the util. Flash. Specialist is now blind. He's going to swing it blind, hoping Chimichanga pushes, but there's 9 seconds on the clock. He doesn't have to. He's going to swing around the back, and Chimichanga's going to take down Specialist and clutch up the round.
Myth made an audio cue. Blue now knows he's there.
Being played by now.
Yep, there goes Blue peeking out slow. He needs to commit to the swing. He throws the C4. That is an HE frag coming out from James from Pillbox. Attempts to pick off Aztec. Shots are being fired to pre-fire. Oh my goodness! Would have cleared the farthest right side of Hesco, but not by much. I can't say that was an excellent nade. Dodo and Mattress in the south holding. As shots come out from Nova. Nova's going to get the pick from over here. Pick. Base slap and catching Dodo in red. James goes down to a beautiful nade from Aztec. As Nova is going to take down Base Slapper as a refrag. James now down next to Marksman. Mayhem's last 2 up. It's gotten very quiet. Williams gets flash, counter flash. Texas and Williams both flash. Texas slow pushing. He's going to commit. Swings up. Williams go. Here comes Texas and Mithril Marauder into VR Specialist. They're going to back off. This could be deadly for them if they're not paying attention. Mithril, looking at his tablet, gets picked. Out so thin, feels so thick, for lack of a better term. You know what? I don't like how I put that. Can I take that back, Internet?
It's too late now.
All right.
Texas makes up special.
Texas left-right compared to the last round. Chimichanga has backed off the angle. Specialist now in view. Jimmy, all he has to do is peek out. There he goes. Specialist goes down.
And just moving down South Street. So we'll see how Texas is for that clearing here. See if he's going to use some utility to try and get him out of there.
Specialist has finally decided to peek out of the angle that he has. Gonna catch Texas. He's gonna have the angle now. He's gonna get his own opportunity to take that attempt. Looks like he is running the H. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on to map 3. Map 3 is Hook. As we're waiting for the teams to trickle in, we're getting a swap out from Wrecking Crew. Wrecking Crew changing up their roster. Acer swapped out for who was it that they swapped out for?
It was Connor. Rage 3.
Connor Rage swapping out for Acer. So this should be an interesting mix-up. Acer putting in serious is an understatement. Putting in a monumental amount of work on the last 2 maps, specifically on the last map. Can Connor Rage live up to the hype of Acer's Shadow? As we go
Aging
into the
Moss
first
not
round.
getting the quick spawn.
As we get, where are the defenders? Oh, they're behind me.
They're on the beach.
We will take them on the beaches. Eo and Tiga. Sorry. If you know that skit, you know. As we see Marsoc pushing up 1 on the beaches, 4 taking the main drag.
And Canadian Jesus coming in for...
We do have a swap out. Canadian Jesus swapping out for a body. Let's take a look at these. So we have
Antics.
Canadian Jesus. Looks like they have swapped out for Antics, as Rage is swapped out for Acer. We can see the push-up happening.
Wrecking Crew playing a really tight defense on this one.
Aztec taking those first shots as he pushes up. Not sure if it's just pre-fire. Nolo on that far side. 3 stack from Aging Moss into center house. They
Connor
are
seeing
now up in
Aztec.
3-story as Canadian Jesus is going to take down Nolo for getting a little, excuse me, a little too peaky. Aztec's going to take down Rage as well.
Draven's gonna get
distracted and
awesome.
looked away from choking. Draven on that long side. Dodo and Aztec both at risk to get picked from Draven, as Dodo is going to take down Draven's angle. Void's going to take down CJ. CJ goes down to Void's on that cross-up. Nade
Draven
comes
only
out,
being
does
down.
not catch Draven. I don't know how. Aztec's going to take down Stuv, unfortunately. Stuv going down means Wrecking Crew loses that flanker. Wrecking Crew only has 1 left, and it is Void's. One-man army, Voids. Can he stop this 3-man push?
So I'm gonna meet up with Aztec. Dodoberg gonna go through the little walkway here.
Yuto comes out
Draven
from
deciding not to
Voids.
call him out.
It's a nice nade to stop the hard push. Aztec's going to throw smoke over the top. Voids, and right on Dodo Bird, he's going to drop shot Dodo.
Solomon
Voids
and
making
Aztec
the most
pushing
out
up.
of his final life as Flash has come out for the push from Solomon and Aztec. Voids holding that nice angle from door. This brings me back to the days of Pixel Peaks.
I think Solomon's gonna come into his line next.
That
Draven
seems to
deciding
be
not
his
to call
only
him out
route.
again.
Really? That is interesting. Draven opting not to give up his...
Oh, he's calling him now.
There goes the call out as Solomon's going to go back to finish. Good timing on that call out. That does burn a good chunk of Solomon's time, and it takes him out of position to refrag.
I do not think
if
Solomon
Aztec
heard
pushes. Oh, I see. So Solomon just deciding to rotate back. Voids is going to swing out,
In the trade.
and that's the trade. Not how you want to see the round end. Well done, both teams. Good flicks. Voids showing off some very, very nice swing capability. Getting that initial drop shot swing, and then the swing onto Solomon for the trade, as well as the pick on Central, I believe. Voids should be up 3 points at this point.
He is. And then Draven picking up one from down there by the beach.
Yeah, making up for the entirety of Wrecking Crew's picks. Very nicely done. As we come back over.
Let's see if they will get the quick spawn.
Getting ready for the next round. Your predictions. Where do you think Aging Moss is going to set up shop as far as defense goes?
I think they're going to get a little aggressive and try to take more of middle than Wrecking Crew did, and try to take up on the wall and maybe over here by objective, or try to push up to the 2-story area. Or even push out to where Draven was playing in the little dip down spot over here by the cave. But they got to remember there is a quick spawn in this big cave at the very top on my POV.
So caution needs to be taken as we get ready for the next round.
Wrecking Crew not getting the quick spawn.
That is going to make a difference. As they are going to get the more unforgiving timing. That is going to give Aging Moss, if they do decide to make a hard rush, as they are, they're sending to beach, the ability to take a lot of ground. Wrecking Crew.
They are sending Draven down to caves.
Draven going around the back
Draven
side.
taking some shots.
Awesome T. Solomon out on beach watching that cave entrance.
Canadian Jesus being aggressive here.
Let's take a look over here. Nade comes out, lands short. Nolo's going to swing. Canadian Jesus is going to take him down.
-1.
Oh, that was a flash that came out by him. And the flash did connect with
see.
Nolo.
As he's going to take the flash off of that body, throw it over the top for the push-in. Canadian Jesus has fully committed into the swing up the flank. He can catch a good chunk of players off guard if they take too long to push. Really pushing their timing up way too fast, as Aztec is going to take down Voids. I didn't even hear it. Is that a suppressor?
No, he shot one shot.
Rage going to take down CJ on that flank. CJ just getting too loud and proud, as he has to, but not getting full value out of that flank, unfortunately. Awesome T takes down Draven. That flank, I have to admit, great pick on Nolo, but I can't help but feel like Canadian Jesus getting very greedy, going for more.
Should have rotated back on the beach side to go back to objective. Could have still been alive here to help his team out.
That's what I'm thinking. Bodies win matches, and Canadian Jesus sacrificing his body, turning a one-up situation into an even trade. Even if he hadn't gotten any picks, but his presence was known in the flank, that would have provided more value, in my opinion, to the team. As we see Stove and Rage in position to make this approach, going to end up into Awesome T, Dodo, and I think Aztec is holding that line, unless Aztec's further back, but I think he's up on roof, is he not?
He's on second story. He's on second story windows.
Stubb taking it slow and low, playing the snake. Taking his mask to the grass. I said mask, it's fine. Awesome T. He's seen by Stubb. Stubb's going to wait an extra second. See if he can't catch another for free. He does not. He's going to take what he's got. Stubb goes down. Or Stubb goes down. What am I saying?
Connor coming up on the beach where Canadian went down at. Dodo throwing a nade. Not connecting.
Does not connect. Dodo going to be the first one to be able to stop that push as we
Solomon's
see Rage
sticking to the
coming around the
cave.
backside.
Solomon sticking to the cave could cost them a cap here.
That is true. Solomon probably should be crashing back by this point, as Stubb's going to go down to Aztec on second story. Callouts come out. They should have accurate kill count. Solomon
Still
crashing
back
back,
up in the middle.
knows if they're going to go for cave, it's going to take them too long anyway, and they're going to be exposed. As Rage, last up, needs to make something happen for Wrecking Crew to get this momentum
Gonna go
back
where
on this
Elwood
last
got
map.
shot by Aztec.
Rage going to take shots at Solomon. Solomon trying to shoot back. Nade comes out, almost airburst in front of Rage. Rage gets barrel stuffed by the ledge. That is the worst feeling.
But it might have saved him though. The shots did come out to his position by Aztec.
That is true. Could be a happy accident, full Bob Ross style. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a virtual reality shooter, which means your guns do behave similar to actual rifles. You have to remember distance to bore. As Rage is going to get taken down by Solomon, that's the cleanup. Rage just full committing to the hard rush. With a minute 20 on the clock, I can't help but feel like that was just a little bit hasty.
AGM Moss going 2 up here.
Are we going to see a full mirror? 4-0, 3-4, followed by 0-4.
Could possibly.
The indication of comfort with these maps and these pools, they're not as typically played overall by players, so there is a chance that it comes down to just how comfortable are you on specific maps. Aging Moss, been around for quite some time, probably quite familiar, if not, I would say downright comfy on Hook. As we get ready to go into the next objective.
I feel like Wrecking Crew is going to get a little bit more aggressive to get a little bit more ground on this one.
Agreed. As we get back into it. Next up link. North Plaza.
Void's going to stay down by the beach.
Push out into positions. Voids is going to commit to the beach. Speaking of beach, here comes Solomon, and only Solomon. Voids doesn't commit to the full wide beach. He's going to go to the buildings and try and get position to watch the Overwatch. Solomon able to push beach uncontested, but obviously guns up at this point. You need to watch out. Dodo and Aztec going to be in position right next to Voids. Voids now
able to hear
wolf among
3
sheep.
of them running.
He's going to be able to give call-outs, but those call-outs are risky because it could give away his ability to catch people in the back. Canadian Jesus and Awesome T.
Canadian Jesus could drop down on top of Voids.
Absolutely, if he decides to cross roads. Speaking of Voids, should hear the audio of Solomon now, as he knows there's going to be somebody crossing in the back soon. If Solomon goes down, his position is burned, and he will at most trade 1 for 2. Canadian Jesus drops on his roof. Solomon pushing out the backside. I hear footsteps nearby. I think that's Stubb. As Rage is going to take down Awesome T, but I can't afford to drop away from this moment. I'm gonna bait the fate. Go over here, and then haha, I'm still here. Nade comes out, does not catch. Solomon now exposed to Voids. Voids has the angle if he peeks.
Void's not.
Not taking the shot. He knows he's surrounded. Could cost him or could get him more. Canadian Jesus goes down to Voids. Voids gets that shot. Aztec around the corner now on him. Voids could get at least one more from that position. Solomon no longer exposing himself. However, he needs to be aware because he's the only one that can get this refrag should Aztec not get it. But there goes Aztec taking down Voids. Voids in a position to be an absolute menace to Aging Moss. Unfortunately,
Void's not holding his trigger finger though on him.
Yeah.
If he
Well,
stayed tight
I'm
in
not
that
sure if
corner,
he
he
got
might not have
dropped
seen
on.
him. Oh,
Nolo's going to
C4
take
Solomon.
down Solomon with a beautiful C4. Where was it? Did he throw that?
It was thrown.
Well done. As the nade comes out to confirm,
missed
but
nade
does
to
not
confirm.
confirm. Aztec up top. He's going to get in a nice position to be able to contest Nolo or go for Rez. I suspect Rez will be more important. Dodo just round the corner. Aging Moss down a player, but in really strong positioning on the uplink. Speaking of positioning on the uplink, Stuv and Nolo both in power positions. Draven's round the backside holding. Nolo's going to take down Solomon, take a shot in the process. Solomon getting
Dodo,
the only
here-
value out of that
here, yeah,
res
where's
is that extra shot into Nolo. We'll see if it ends up making a difference as Dodo pushing into Stuv.
That stuff being aggressive here.
That is, and he's going to be flashed. Dodo does not commit off of it, however, so that is a burned util simply for the sake of slowing down a swinger. Hopefully baiting out a flash, which he doesn't. He's going to slow peek. Stuff's looking the wrong way. Dodo gets another. Wrecking Crew 3-2. As Draven's going to pick off Dodo. Aztec last up. Rage on the swing. Aztec catches him flashed. That's going to be the cleanup. 1v2.
Lolo and Draven versus Aztec.
It is a 1v2. I have to say Aztec is in a, I want to say an advantageous spot because he's able to push from so many angles.
Draven not seeing him.
Draven full commit up to the corner. Aztec hears it. Is Draven going to look away at the wrong time? Oh, Draven going for that resupply. He's now in a power position. Between Draven and Nolo, they should be unpushable from everything but this angle. Minute 45 on the clock. Aztec no longer has the time for a full reposition on the flank. At least not without making noise. He's hoping Nolo's going to get over Peaky, and he can get the pick. Seems to be his only chance here is Nolo getting over Peaky or Draven swinging. Nolo going to push out. Aztec looks away.
Yeah. Onward timing.
There's just no other way to put it, is there? I've been dancing around it, but let's be completely honest. It's just the moment things are going to line up. Nolo gets the quick peek into Aztec. Aztec goes for the pre-fire. Nolo's going to swing into it. Aztec takes a shot in the process. He's going to back away. And now he knows he can push Nolo's line, but he's going to swing anyway straight into Draven. Draven's going to take down Aztec. He just had slightly shot to the wrong position. He shot to Draven's old position. Wrecking Crew takes the round. A very tense defense on Volk. Holy. Wrecking Crew making us nervous there. Those over peaks, as we talked about, costing some of the most key positions. Aztec committing to the swing, assuming he knew where Draven was, and is just slightly off and has to course correct, and that half a second makes all the difference when a half a second is the difference between getting shot and not getting shot. Speaking of time to kill, onward, very, very low time to kill game. 1 or 2 shots is all it takes to clear out most players. If you're wearing body armor and you're going for body shots, maybe at most you'll see 4 to 5. But for the most part, time to kill is 1 or 2 shots, 1 shot to the head no matter what. So you really need to make those milliseconds count when it comes to your swings. As we're getting ready for the next round. Thoughts? How are we looking here? Is
looking like if Wrecking Crew gets more aggressive like they did last time, they have another good chance of getting another round. Get those early positions, maybe get some long picks.
I would
Aging
like to
Moss
see that.
be aggressive though.
Here we go. We're getting ready for the next round.
Wrecking Crew getting the cave spawn.
Now on the far side of the map, unable to push beaches with the same authority that Aging Moss was able to.
Gonna give Aging Moss a lot of map coverage if they decide to take it.
Well, let's find out. As we see Awesome T holding back for an extra second, getting himself situated. Solomon pushing the wall of beach, so he's going to play over by cannons. And we see Aztec playing the same position Nola was, Dodo, tight on Link, where Rage was. And here comes the push from Wrecking Crew. Deep into the north side. They're going to approach from the north with 2 in the center, it seems. Rage on the far side. Draven already pushed up to center. No map control taken from Aging Moss. Not going to get aggressive into the center. They don't want to commit any bodies. They're more than content letting Wrecking Crew try to make a push-up. Solomon could have an angle on Rage in just a second if he peeks back over. And likewise, he could be seen here by Rage. Rage looking in his general vicinity. He's not going to see him, though. The moment I look away, he'll see him, and that's what's worrying. There he goes. Solomon is now burned. Rage is going to give away his position. That is a tough gunfight for Solomon, and Rage having all the control in the world on this, as Solomon is basically pinned next to the cannons. He's going to try and peek around the side of cannon here. Rage getting a util ready. This is it. Nade goes out. It lands short. Solomon can't pinpoint where he's getting shot at from. Oh, he now sees him. He takes the shots. Rage trying to push it back, and there it goes. I would not have guessed that Solomon would win that engagement from such a pinned down position. However, during that time, Draven and Nolo both really deep on uplink now. Voids swinging out onto Canadian Jesus. And Canadian Jesus nearly getting stepped on. Is going to take down Voids. As Canadian Jesus and Stubb are going to trade.
Yo, Dodo Bird and Draven looking straight at each other and then not shooting up there. Yeah.
There it is. You had to say it.
Draven
it's like Looney Tunes logic. If you say
back.
you're going to fall, then you're going to fall.
Well, Dodo Bird and Draven looked at each other when Draven crawled up and then just...
Shots come from Dove. Going to take down T on uplink. Beautiful use of that window. Nolo is going to push out into Dodo. Dodo might have seen it, and he does. He's going to swing out on Nolo. Stubb in no position to refrag. Takes down another, as Stubb now stuck. One-man army. Can he make this push? Wrecking Crew needs to win this, or they will be fighting for their life for the rest of this match. Let's take a look at the point of view. Get into the mind of Stubb.
Hard
Think
to do
as
that.
Stubb does. What is Stubb thinking right now? Is he thinking, I need to be careful in this push? Is he thinking, I want tacos?
I'm missing his shot with
Tacos.
Solomon.
For sure tacos.
Definitely tacos. He wants tacos after the match and he's thinking about it too hard.
That is going to cost him, as he does think about tacos for a little too long. Aging Moss is going to take the round. That is going to be an uphill battle for Wrecking Crew now, as they have to be very cautious. They cannot afford to lose even a single round from here on out, or this match is over. Well, let's take another look over there.
Where's OBJ at? Good OBJ for AGM. Good solid defense and holding.
Agreed. This is definitely going to be very defense heavy.
Definitely going to expect somebody up on the wall here looking into the north. They didn't push one out to middle fish shack here. Little wood shack.
Alright, so next uplink is going to be the northwest two-story. There's going to be a lot of tight defense for Wrecking Crew. We'll see how they make the push. Aging Moss getting the northeast spawn on beach. Guys, here comes the push from Stubb. He's going to have that early line. Aztec's going to take down Draven. What is that early line? Draven getting punished. Dodo is going to swing out and get a bunch of pre-fire out through the soft cover. Gunfire has come out from Stubb. He's going to take down Solomon. Solomon getting picked off.
44. 3.
Nolo watching that interior angle.
Could maybe get a pickup on Draven if Woods goes for it.
Rage taking down Awesome. Stubb taking down Dodo. Aging Moss getting picked off. One by one.
Draven going to commit to his spot.
Oh, that nade nearly making its mark. If it was slightly to the left, it might have caught Rage through the door. We have a smoke on teammate's body near Aztec, but that is a risky position to try and get from. Can use a smoke to get a smoke, however, for the cross back. As Aztec's going to have to reposition or commit to contesting Rage, as Rage is going to get the pick.
It could have laid down and crawled to that at smoke to get it. He really. It's not all of Canadian Jesus. 5v1.
This is the position Wrecking Crew wants to be in on this uplink. All these early shots just absolutely clearing the majority of Aging Moss's team. Stubb, Draven. Shots, just to confirm, coming out of Rage. Let's take a look at those. As we see Rage still committing over there. Voids holding true. Stubb watching those long lines. Draven sticking to his window as well as Nolo. First angle that we'll see will likely be the interior line here. Canadian Jesus just outside of Draven's door. As he's watching towards those rooftops.
He's looking for S-Dub on that balcony.
Will S-Dub get peaky? Honestly, probably in their favor if S-Dub does get peaky and decide to retreat back down. There is a chance Canadian Jesus gets stuck, giving his position away to try and go for that kill that he needs.
Canadian could crawl into Draven's building.
He could. He could even crawl completely past, giving the team a false sense of security. Here he comes.
Dub might have just saw Canadian when he peeked over the side.
Very, very possible as Dove. The timing that he peeks is going to be critical here. Will Stubb peek? Oh! I thought I baited the onward gods there for a second. Stubb is actually going to retreat off. He's going to rotate to a new position. Draven just below Canadian Jesus. I don't think either of them are the wiser. Canadian Jesus is going to take down Voids. Shots come through the floor, hitting Canadian Jesus. Stubb almost gets Draven almost gets a free kill as he is now stuck in a paper house.
He said I shot him through the floor.
He did in fact catch. I'm assuming he caught his foot to know that he was shooting through the floor there.
I
Well
believe
played,
that
Ricky.
shack is shootable through.
The whole
So
thing?
I believe if you could pre-fire, I think you can shoot through it completely.
So, wow, okay, yeah. So, paper house. Definitely risky position for Canadian Jesus to get into. Does get his pick out of it, however. But after getting that pick and his position being burned, it's just the end of it. Almost makes you wonder if not going for a pick was the play there and just slow crawling the entire way.
Could have, but you'd have to end up dealing with Nolo and S-Dub on the balcony.
Yeah, there were a lot of lines as we get ready for the next round. Actually, let's take another look at that. We see this long line coming out. Aztec getting pinned down and committing to this fight here, costing so many bodies this entire round on the side of AGM. That was the story of this round.
See what AGM has to say on how they want to play this.
I've been doing it this whole time with night vision on, and I gotta say, it looks better on with night vision. This map
It does.
just looks nice. I want to take a moment to thank all of our custom map creators, men and women that put time and energy out of their day to make these amazing maps for us. Thank you to everybody involved. Nolo is going to take down Awesome T on that early line. Awesome, getting a little too exposed, as we see
Canadian getting aggressive.
Canadian Jesus just outside of the building of Rage. He is dug in like a tick. Dodo's going to take down Draven. Rage now pushed up to the second floor. Needs to be careful. Solomon in the window. He's watching the line. He sees him. Doesn't quite pick him. Solomon's going to call out. Takes a hit.
Canadian's probably going to get Rage here because Rage has no clue Canadian's in the hold. S-Dub pushed up a good bit here.
Stubb has made it quite far past now at this point. He is in position to really make a play for objective soon if his teammates can support him. Stubb full committed in. Dodo just above. That shot's come out from Aztec. Call outs coming out from Stubb. Some friendly banter from Stubb and Dodo.
He's still on the wall. There's one over J building as well. He got tagged, but he's still.
Canadian Jesus finally taking down Rage. He snuck up all the way up behind
Nolo
him.
and
while we weren't
Voids coming
looking.
up through the middle. Or coming up through caves.
You're right. They got two flankers coming
Canadian
up that back
saw it.
side.
You guys going towards you. You're going to be entering out of the
Canadian's going to be able to get them though. He just saw them cross.
He did, in fact, just call out Nolo and Void. So now Nolo and Void's losing the shock factor of this push. Very unfortunate for Wrecking Crew. Again, they can't afford to lose any rounds from here on out as Stubbs
They
takes
could
shots.
get by him here if they take it very slow and very low.
Dodo in a power position, watching those final crosses. Stuv trying to commit to these fight, but he has to clear out Canadian Jesus before he attempts to cross, which he is going for. Canadian Jesus gonna deny it. Stuv goes down, which leaves it's just the caves here from Voids and Nolo for Wrecking Crew. Wrecking Crew cannot afford to lose this round, and they're down 2-4. Here comes the commit. Most of AGM's defenders
might get
not
one here.
watching this line, actually, so they might be able to get into the rear of objective and force a crash. Nolo in position, I think, to watch for these crashes.
Voids could get some lines to this wood here and maybe get Solomon. In the door. Nose and Fish Shack.
Oh, Aztec's gonna take this shot on Voids. Look at this angle. Unbelievable. Void's gonna go down. Nolo, last up. Wrecking Crew needs to clutch this 1v4. Or this match goes the way of Aging Moss. He's about to swing right into Canadian Jesus' line, and that is going to be the end of the ball game. Ladies and gentlemen, Aging
Good
Moss
round.
wins 4-2 on the final map. Aging Moss
That means
taking
they-
the match. Wrecking Crew showing signs of life on hook, just unable to clear out the last of the push. That final swing from Nolo, sealing the deal straight into the angle. Canadian Jesus getting a lot of value off of that center push. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Aging Moss wins versus Wrecking Crew, 2-1. I'd like to thank my co-caster Maverick. Say hello to the folks, Maverick.
Hello, boys.
Thank you so much for coming into co-cast with me, and thank you to both teams for letting us cast this match for y'all. Thank you everybody that tuned in to watch. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic evening and have a fantastic night, morning, day, wherever you are in the world. Much love. Any final words, Maverick?
Hope y'all have a great weekend. If y'all want us to come cast y'all, please DM us.
Absolutely. We are friends for hire. We do this day in, day out, and we love to do it. It's always fun to get some coverage on our favorite teams. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a fantastic night. Bye-bye.
See ya.
I'm done. I have no idea where from.
Seconds on the clock. That's the util. Flash! Specialist is now blind. He's going to swing it blind, hoping Chimichanga pushes, but there's 9 seconds on the clock. He doesn't have to. He's going to swing around the back, and Chimichanga's going to take down Specialist and clutch up the round.
Myth made an audio cue. Blue now knows he's there.
Yep, there goes Blue peeking out slow. He needs to commit to the swing. He throws the C4. That is an